Welcome to the 7997 podcast. We are your hosts, Chris, and my lovely wife, Jackie.
Hello.
And as always, every week, every month, every year, we're just trying to get closer to each other and closer to you guys out there.
Hey guys.
Our life in Mexico and maybe why you might want to come down and maybe why you might not want to come down.
We are part of the YouTube University.
Yeah, hope
You're
you
welcome.
learned something.
Right.
Today we were talking about the differences in houses between here and the U.S. I know for sure there's things that I miss about my house back in the U.S. We happen to have a historical house, 100-year-old, 1920 mission-style Spanish home.
Beautiful.
Very beautiful house.
Pocket doors, y'all.
Yeah.
Penny tile. Original. Wavy glass.
Original hardwood floors.
See?
Yeah.
It was
Grand staircase.
Yes.
Yeah.
Columns.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wraparound porch.
Basement that would flood when it rained too hard.
Now that wasn't fun.
Yeah.
That wasn't fun.
Yeah. So there are pluses and minuses, right?
All the time.
But one thing I'll say about that house that I wish we had here was 2 air conditioners. And I'm not talking about one in each room. I'm talking about air conditioner for each floor.
Correct. It was central
AC.
Correct. First floor had its own. Second floor, yep.
Yeah. Which, in our travels in Mexico, we have not seen central air conditioning very much.
Never.
You see a lot of sort of individual units in each room.
They call them like splits.
Yeah, mini splits.
Mini splits.
And we're in San Miguel, which doesn't get super duper hot for a long part of the year. So like even a lot of houses here just
don't have
air conditioning, period, whether it's central or mini splits.
We were talking about they have air conditioning. However, it's natural. They depend on Mother Nature.
Opening a window.
Well, not just opening a window, babe, but a lot of the housing is like open.
True. There are some sort of indoor-outdoor living.
Yes.
Again, open the window.
No, more than a window, though. Like, there's some of them, there's a whole walls. Like, whole walls.
Yeah.
Or it's just outside.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So, that's what I'm saying.
So, like, I do miss being able to just kind of walk into a room.
And it's
hit
cool.
The thermostat. Get the whole thing cool. Of course, it does raise your energy costs. You are cooling and heating rooms that you're not in.
That you're not even in. Correct.
So there is some benefits to having it just in a single room. Whereas here, most of the year, we probably don't need it. Like,
right. No, sure.
A day like today, it's a little warm. It's not super hot. It's rainy season. If you can see over my shoulder, it's raining outside.
Yeah, it's a little rainy.
So it's cooled off. We have a fan going because, you kind of need some circulation, some air.
And I'm going through the change.
I was about to say, if you hit that time a lot, you're hot because your body says you're hot.
Got to have that fan.
You got to have a fan.
Yes.
And I think one of the things that we kind of stumbled upon is this fan, and I'll cut in some footage of the fan, that you can plug into a light socket.
That thing is bomb.
So we literally have 3. It basically becomes a ceiling fan because we have recessed lighting in the top. We can plug it into that light socket.
It screws like a bulb,
like a light bulb.
Yep.
It has a little extension on it. It actually has a remote control. You can control it from anywhere.
Yep. And a light.
And a light.
Variant lighting too, so you could.
Right, you can change the warmth
setting.
Of the lighting. It can be cooler. It can be warmer.
Yeah.
You can make it brighter, cooler. All those things.
So fancy.
And we have 3 of them. There's one in the living room right above our heads. You can't see off camera. There's one in the kitchen, and I have one in my office.
Yes.
So it's basically a ceiling fan whenever you need it.
That is correct.
And anywhere you have a light socket, you can put it in there.
Yeah, it's pretty dope.
If you got a little lamp, you can stick it in there and have.
Could you really?
You really could. It's that flexible. So
is that the way they want you to use it?
I don't know if that's the way they want you to use it, but that's the way I
read the book. Read the manual before y'all start putting it.
They're not that expensive. If you're in Mexico, like these are not like I had at home. Too.
Yeah, no, they're super helpful.
So for y'all who might be interested in it, we got a link in the description for that. Check it out if you want to purchase such things. We found it very useful for ourselves.
Very helpful.
And probably wherever we go, I think I'll probably keep it with me because it's just useful that way.
Yep.
So yeah, central AC is a big thing that I miss. I know something that is annoying here, and particularly because we're in San Miguel and it gets hot and there's a time of year where it does not rain and there's no water for 8 months out of the year. Not being able to drink the tap water. water.
Oh, yeah.
Which means you got to go buy water from somewhere.
Buy garrafones of water.
Yeah. I definitely miss being able to just go to my tap and turn it on and get a cup of water and keep it moving.
Yep. Yeah.
And not have to lift a 5-liter big jug of water up onto the counter to get it onto the dispenser.
Yeah.
When the rainy season before it came in, there was a bit of a drought. So companies were literally running out of water. So our regular water guy that would come and deliver water for us got missing, couldn't find them.
And it gets you get nervous.
Because it's sustaining life, right?
You start to get nervous. You see at the grocery store, like one time I went during the heat stroke period. Heat wave. The heat wave that causes heat stroke, right? The heat wave. Man, the aisle, it reminded me of COVID. I went PTSD a little bit. It was like, that's when I texted right back. Do I need to bring you a little? Miles hates this. Miles, do I need to bring? Video game? Yeah, like, do I need to bring home a couple of little givers of water? Oh, that thing was nerve wracking. And then on top of that, we live on an incline. Thank the Lord, at the bottom of the hill is an OXO, so we can go grab water. But
you gotta get it up.
You don't want to be carrying no 5-gallon thing up a hill. Yeah. And
like you couldn't get people to come out and deliver water because they'll come out and deliver water on Wednesdays. Have 3 trucks that come to the neighborhood.
That's true.
That come and drop off water.
That's true.
It's always way more expensive than everything else. But during that heat wave for a couple weeks, they weren't showing up.
Nope.
They weren't coming because they ain't had nothing.
They were furloughed.
Yeah, so you get to the point where I need some water. We end up having to call Le Marnier, which is a little bit higher end. Supposedly the best water in San Miguel is Le Marnier, according to all the tests or whatever.
Okay.
It's fancy. So like we had to go through 4 or 5 different water companies. Like if you look at our front porch, I might cut a shot of that in there too. Got water bottles from like every company in town.
Every company, right?
Because nobody wants to use each other's bottles. Like, okay.
We have to distinguish.
We can't use it. We got to have our own.
It has to be distinguishable, right? Whatever.
It's just water. You're gonna fill it back up with water,
right? But I want to say something because I know some of our viewers, they will comment. There are places in America where the tap water is not potable, right? And then there are also places in America that have mini splits as well because they may have the same or similar kind of weather pattern where you really don't need air conditioning.
And also just becoming more popular in general because it's easier to kind of put a single unit into a single room rather than having to run ducting throughout the entire house and
HVAC,
have a big
right?
thing outside. Like it's just easier and more cost effective at the end of the day.
That's true. That's true. So I just want to make sure y'all know I know before y'all tell me that y'all know. Okay. But please leave comments. We appreciate it. We read them too.
One thing I think about, and I think because you run a cooking business out of the house, so
not really a cooking business.
Kind of, sort of. It's catering. It's mac and cheese. It's
I just
whatever you get into for the week.
Yeah, and then people give me pesos for the food. Okay, good.
Whatever Uncle Samuel. What is Sam? And I'm trying to get an Uncle Sam reference from Mexico. Like,
what's their government called?
Yeah,
like, do they have a government
IRS name for that?
Yeah. If y'all know, please let us know. And maybe we just
Uncle Samuel for right now. Don't show your hand to Uncle Samuel. I have to know.
Tio San Miguel.
Tio San. There we go. I didn't translate the uncle. Okay. But anyway, we probably use more gas than most people because we cook a lot, and you cook for other people as well. So part of that is that there is no direct gas connection.
That is
to
correct.
The house. Like you don't just turn it on. North Carolina, there's Piedmont Natural Gas. The line comes from them to the house, and it's just always on.
And they just send you a bill. That's it.
And they send you a bill.
Correct.
Whereas here, you got to go. Either you got a tank on the roof, and they'll fill up your tank, or they may come drop off a whole tank and switch out a tank, depending on your situation.
Yeah.
So like, there can be times where you're in the middle of cooking and you don't realize that your gas is about to run out.
Yeah.
And you got no flame, and you're stuck. Like
pilot light just go. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So something like that to think about as well.
Yeah.
Which at home,
most of us are on a gas line.
And like your gas, unless something terrible happens, like your gas never goes out.
Correct.
Electricity will go out. You know, maybe they're working on a water line or something. The water.
No, that's true.
For the most part, like you always got gas.
That's true. That's true. Unless you just happen to be in one of those neighborhoods. You know, maybe an older neighborhood back in the States. Because I know my dad had one.
Big, like tanks outside.
Yep, in the garage. I remember it was like the carport, and there was like a 300-gallon. Tank, and every so often or whatever we had to fill it up. So, but other than that, most, like you said, most of the infrastructure is on a gas line. Yeah, I do miss that. I do. Yeah. Absolutely. But the cool thing is though, it's just still so affordable. It is because like when we talk about how much it costs to live here, you know, you guys know our electric is like under $10, water under $10. And the gas is probably like maybe what, $50 a month?
Not even that, depending on how much we use. So like when I fill it up, I tell them put 1,000 pesos in there, and that's usually about $50. And then that'll last a month or two.
Yeah, like 6 weeks.
You know, if you're a regular person who doesn't cook all the time like us, it'll probably last you 4 months.
Yep. No, it's true. It's true. Yeah. It could last up to like 2 months, good months.
Yeah.
So
and that's not even a full tank. That's 40% of the tank.
Yeah.
If you fill up the whole tank, it'll probably last you 6 months.
No, it's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. So super affordable. Just in case y'all were wondering.
Next thing, flooring options.
Oh my. Don't look for no carpet.
Don't look for carpet.
Don't you look for carpet.
Hardwood floors, you're not going to find a lot of.
I haven't seen them. I haven't seen them at all.
Our last apartment had luxury vinyl planking. And I don't think it was supposed to, because the glue came up between.
Oh, that was weird. That was weird.
Everything here is concrete and tile on the floor options.
Trust and believe.
Not the floor, the walls, the everything. That's literally how they build. Like they don't do what they call stick-built houses. There's no wood. There's no drywall. Primarily, it's concrete floor, a cinder block wall, brick wall. Put some stucco over top of it, so it's concrete on concrete on concrete on concrete.
Which helps keeps the place cool.
Keeps the place cool. Water is not a problem. It has its advantages.
No, that's true. Because like, if there's a whole wall exposed and it's raining,
right,
wipe it down.
Right. If you got indoor-outdoor living, indoor-outdoor water.
Right.
So,
right.
How are we gonna get this water out the house?
You gonna scoop it out?
And carpet is also not great for the environment either. It's really a whole lot of plastic.
Yeah, that's true. Look at you being all conscious.
Like we're in San Miguel in the desert, so there's a lot of dust.
Yeah. Oh, that would suck.
So, I mean, it's kind of the same thing, though, right? Like you got to be vacuuming every single day.
Yeah.
And dusty carpets. But we got dust on the floor. We have to sweep and mop a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. But that being soaked into the carpet.
The house has to be swept and mopped.
Yeah. Yeah. Wipe down.
Luckily, we found this mop bucket that we like a lot. You know, I used to work in restaurants. You had the industrial mop bucket, and you can come and squeeze the water out, but you don't find those in regular stores.
Now, for the record, I'm a Swiffer girl.
Swiffer's okay. I'm not mad at Swiffer. I just don't like having to keep buying the sheets over and over again. Yeah, it didn't last very long.
For the record, too, when we got here, we were unable to really find the fill-up.
Sheets either.
So I had to find something different and had let him choose the bucket.
And, of course, I got the expensive bucket. But I enjoy design, and the design of the bucket is really a nice bucket.
It's so extra.
It's one of those O-Cedar buckets where you can kind of like pump your foot. I'll put a shot in there. You pump your foot and it spins it out using the centrifugal force.
So annoying.
And the clean water and the dirty water are separate.
I appreciate that.
Right. It
I
makes
do
mopping
appreciate
the floor
that.
actually easy.
I appreciate that.
I won't say enjoyable because it's still mopping the floor, but it makes it a whole lot easier.
That is correct.
Again, if y'all want something like that, link in the description. If you get the drift. But yeah, a lot of, you know, if you're in a place where it gets cold, I can see the floors being really cold and that being a problem. You always want to have some slippers here because you don't have dust and debris on the floor.
We wear shoes a lot.
A lot.
I never really wore shoes a lot.
At home because you had carpet. And, you know. But yeah, one thing to prepare for if you're living in Mexico, and honestly a lot of the world, I think, is getting away from carpet in general. Just because, like, why?
Right. Well, for the record, it does feel nice having it on your feet.
It does have some nice to have some cushion.
The cushion and the little plushy feel through the toes. I enjoy it, and I do miss it.
I would say if anybody wants to come up with the perfect money-making idea, can you get a good waterproof, solid surface that still feels plush under your feet? I don't know how that works. I'm just saying, if you can figure it out, science will do it. You know what I mean? I almost want to say like cork floors. Like if you had this tile and maybe there was a layer of cork underneath of it, so you kind of get a little bit of...
Okay.
It won't be as nice.
You're not as crazy as I thought at first. I apologize for looking at him like that. All right, so have you ever been to one of the newly fitted playgrounds where they have like soft blacktop?
Yeah, yeah.
So it's
like rubber, basically.
Yeah.
Rubber would work, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, all right.
Maybe it's already existed.
And we just need to buy some.
Got to get on board.
We just need to get some.
Yeah.
Move on.
Your whole house has smell like rubber, right? Next thing, weather sealed windows. Mm-hmm. The windows, and I don't know if this is the whole Mexico thing. Mm-hmm. Definitely a San Miguel thing, from what I've seen so far.
Oh, that's going to creep in.
Windows are not
soundproof,
temperature-proof, dust-proof, waterproof.
Nope.
Kind of waterproof sometimes.
They're helpful,
if
but
it rains hard enough, it might not be waterproof.
Then, yeah. I
had to get out the caulk myself and caulk some of the windows and the patio door to make sure no water was coming in the house. But they don't really, it's not about that in the windows. And I think part of the thing here in San Miguel is that there's probably some building codes in place because they want things to look older, look more historic. So there probably are better windows available. They just say, hey, we want you to make it look like it's a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It is. It's got to match the cobblestones, basically, is my thought. But when that sun comes beaming through the window,
it's not the best.
You want a little bit of layer or something to kind of block some of that out.
There's no UV protection, no 2 and 3 panels and all of that.
Yeah.
It's going to be a no.
No.
It's going to be an absolute no. But can I go back to the whole cooking thing?
Yeah.
Y'all, I miss my oven.
I got that on the list, but we'll skip ahead.
I just wanted to go back.
That was the last thing on the list, but
I wanted to go back.
Yeah.
I miss my oven.
Number one, ovens are small.
Most of them are small.
They only give you one rack.
One rack.
I mean, culturally, Mexican cuisine is not oven heavy.
They are not, but if I'm not mistaken, they said they only use their oven really for storage. No one in my family does that.
Yeah.
I must be Mexican.
So thankfully here, I have to open the oven to light the pilot. Whereas before, there were plenty of times
you just warming up,
and I'm just warming up the oven, and I come get ready to put whatever and there's a piping hot cast iron pan of oil.
Just heat it up.
Grease.
Oh my God, babe, it was waiting. I was helping you.
No. It is not a storage area. It is a cooking surface.
Okay, time out. Friends, if y'all think that the oven should be used, or not necessarily should be, but it's appropriate, it's okay, and no one should, beat you up about it, use the oven for storage, leave a comment and say, I'm on Jackie's side.
But if you're like me and think that if the oven is used as storage in its downtime, there should be some communication. Just like maybe like when you're in college and you got the girl in your room and you put the sock on the doorknob, so okay, something else is going on. Pay attention.
For the record, that never happened. Did it in college?
No, because I had no roommates. Thank you. Anyway, I'm going to...
You let me out, huh? Okay, sorry, y'all. We'll say that for another episode. Keep going.
Last thing on the list.
They last for me.
Kind of thing. Again, the floors are concrete, but also are the walls. So if you want to hang something on the wall,
my lord,
you're gonna need you a jackhammer, and
a screwdriver, Edward Scissorhands, all of the things.
Yeah.
All of the things.
And a lot of times they're textured too. So like the what are they called? The strips. The
the command strips.
Command strips don't stick quite right. They're kind of hang up.
I got some on the floor right now. I'm not gonna show y'all. No, but it's true. I think I bought 4, and there's one hanging on.
Yeah.
God bless them.
So there's some advantages to having drywall. It's easier to kind of hang some things on. But honestly, in my experience of trying to hang things on drywall, it was difficult, but in a different way. Stuff would never stay up there. You get the, anchor screws or whatever, and they'll anchor for a little while, and eventually it'll fall out.
Yeah. So there is no perfect solution necessarily.
Neither one of these two solutions are perfect.
You're welcome.
There's probably, if you actually know what you're doing, you're probably a little bit more perfect.
Right. But it is possible. You just really need, because there's things hanging.
Right.
There's things
like
hanging.
Hammer and nails you can use.
Correct.
On drywalls.
But you need to drill. You need a drill, baby, drill.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what really is, I think, the thing we were missing. Anything you think of in the moment you want to add?
Homes compared to the States, yes. In one video, I can't remember which one it was, but we did talk about locking up doors.
I forgot about that.
It's a whole situation.
Yeah.
Most Mexican homes is just not a front door. You out. If it is, there's still multiple locks, but most of the times there's a door and a gate.
Yeah.
Like this morning I was trying to leave out with some bags, and I'm like, dang, the Uber's rolling up, and I got to make my way through a door, and then I got to make my way to unlock the gate. Like it's so different.
Like
it's
you gotta
fortress.
use your key on both sides.
On both, we have to unlock yourself to get out, and that's so different from the States.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It really.
You can't just turn the thing and then open the door.
Nah. So that's different.
Yeah.
For sure different. And I think, like most of the places we've been, the dwellings and things, we said the outdoor living, but there's also more like skylights.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's not normal, I think, in the States.
Yeah, it's more of like they do a lot of row homes, townhouses, that kind of style, side to side, next to each other. And the architects here, I think, make a big effort in trying to get light and air into the internal of the house. Whereas I think townhouses in the U.S., they really don't make that effort.
Yeah.
You'll get some windows on the front, windows on the back. If you got an end unit, you're lucky you'll get an extra side of windows. But there's no skylight, there's no extra air. Like, they make a point to say, hey, we're going to get some air and some light into the interior of the house.
Yeah.
Probably because no AC.
Correct.
That type of thing. So
correct.
They're thinking ahead and thinking in ways that are a little bit different because of just the things that are.
They're solving a problem that a central air conditioner would have.
Right.
So that's different.
Yeah.
That's definitely different.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could think of anything else right now. But if we do, we're gonna make sure we bring it back a part 2. Yeah. But it's just been. I will say this: Mexican homes, I like them better. Because of the outdoor living. I think it's just super lovely to have courtyards.
The best of both worlds is what.
That's true, right? But you would kill it if we had central air. But they would have to do everything different. You know what I'm saying? Like,
there'd be differences.
They would have to use double pane windows. They would have to seal
cold air.
Correct. It'd be different, right? But I love more so the outdoor indoor living, courtyards, terraza. You know what I mean? Most homes either they have one or the other or both.
Yeah.
So I enjoy that.
And rooftop living and all of that.
Oh, sorry, y'all. The terraza is the rooftop. I didn't mean to say it like but sound fancy. But no, seriously.
You hoity-toity now that you've moved to Mexico?
See?
I'm an international traveling living person.
But come on, y'all be on a rooftop. Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's pretty much all I have for you.
Okay, so as always, thank you all for listening, watching. I want to give a big shout out to everybody who has been supporting the channel. Not only with comments and watching and views, but literally coming out of their pockets and putting dollars down.
It's a blessing. Thank you, guys. It means a whole lot
to us. We know what it takes to earn every dollar, and it is very difficult to earn a dollar these days. So any dollar that y'all pass along to us is a blessing.
We appreciate it for sure.
And it allows us to continue to keep doing this thing that we're trying to do. So to me, that says that y'all are getting some value out of what we're providing. So that's really all we're trying to do at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And along those lines, we're adding more stuff to kind of get you guys more involved. We have a merchandise shop with T-shirts and coffee mugs.
I'm going to have a coffee mug soon.
T-shirts should be here soon, so we'll show those off for you guys. Mm-hmm. We also have our membership now, 100 pesos a month. It's around $5 US. Mm-hmm. Get you exclusive videos that you're not going to see nowhere else.
The foolery.
And really, it's kind of what I'm trying to do is show you guys more of the city, because we do a whole lot of talking and it's us on camera. Mm-hmm. But how do we kind of show more of that San Miguel?
Yeah.
So right now we have a video up there showing the Tianguis, which is sort of a flea market. So that video's up there for the members to kind of see. Mm-hmm. So it's all the stuff we're trying to get going and getting you guys more involved in what's happening here as we grow the channel. So as always, like, comment, subscribe, buy coffee. Y'all been buying coffees like crazy.
We appreciate it.
Love some coffee.
Yeah.
She's more coffee drinker than I. I'm just getting into coffee, but
just arrived.
Somebody said get a coffee or Corona. Like, I'm with you. Like, whatever beverage you need to get with this money, just go ahead and get you a beverage. So,
Cuidate.
Arias Garce.
Cuidate. Good Lord. How did I do that? Y'all, for so long I've been pronouncing it wrong, and they would laugh at me. But they were so cute about it. They knew what I was trying to say. Yeah. It is Cuidate, not Cuidate.
Right.
Cuidate.
It's like between Kamala and Kamala.
Y'all watched that video too. I thought that was a good one too. Oh well, yeah. Well, President Clinton said Kamala.
Yeah. We'll give him a pass. He's getting up there.
Oh my God. Yeah,
anyway.
Bye y'all.
Be
safe.
Peace.
This is the 7997 Podcast, your home for raw and honest conversation, featuring Chris and Jackie, with new episodes every Sunday, wherever you get your podcasts.